Let's analyze together crude oil, but before that, read the disclaimer right here in the video description below. We have breaking news, insane breaking news. Is now United States attack Iran, and now we have a huge problem. You know, if you're shorting crude oil, if you are going long, this is completely insane. You're gonna get a incredible performance, I might say, because normally events like this, and here we have a different scenarios, like a moderate supply risk, major supply disruption. In that case, I'm gonna read all the information about it. It could be trading above $100, and right now we're trading at 73.96, way lower, and that's in percentage. I would say something like, wow, and you're gonna completely insane. We're talking about more than 30%, 36% from current levels. And the thing here is like the immediate price reactions. It's like probably it's gonna open above $5, above $5 from current levels, so probably 80 or more. But the potential supply reduction we're talking about, that the very extreme level, is gonna happen if Iran's retaliates by targeting oil facilities or attempting to close the Strait of Hormuz, which handles about 20% of global oil flow. And this is very important. Analysts predict that the Western Texas Intermediate could surge above $80 and probably $100 if we get this extreme scenario, So this is completely insane. We're talking about like an event. We saw it coming actually. Those who were buying the crude oil at this level, this volatility scenario, is when the attack from Israel to Iran happened. It's like we could really see right here that particular day was more than 12% just in that particular day. But it's gonna get worse, because this is the United States getting involved. So obviously it's gonna create like a very volatile scenario in terms of crude oil. Also the markets, because crude oil could spike, but the US markets, especially and Europe, they could go down like crazy. We're talking about, for instance, the Nasdaq, especially at these particular levels, because we're talking about, look at this double top right here, near new highs. So obviously there is a long way to go down in the indices, and this is very important, and in the crude oil, in the case of crude oil, is a little bit different, because obviously we were trading lower. We were trading at $55, which is like the worst level back. The last time we visited that level was in February 2021. So that was a long way to go, but still, and this is the problem, that there is a lot of room for improvement right here. And this is like the very extreme level of March 2022. At that time, the West Texas Intermediate was trading at 130. Could it happen? I don't think so, because that moment was very, very particular. But at least 100, it could be feasible, From that particular level, if the conflict escalates, that could continue to go up, because obviously the potential disruptions they're gonna be there, and obviously it's gonna impact the prices around the world, in terms of oil. If it de-escalates, obviously it's gonna go down, not dramatically, but something like this. It's like little by little recovering this territory gain, and going down again. The thing here is like, it's too soon to tell, guys, but at least it's gonna be trading around this level, between 100 and 73. And from that level, if it de-escalates a lot, obviously it's gonna go back to 60. But we have to wait and see. So what do you think about this scenario? Do you think the crude oil is gonna skyrocket like crazy, or do you think it's going down as nothing is gonna happen? Leave your comments below, and see you in the next video.